Hey, Blue Table fans! We have a Reaver Titan for you today. Last time we did a Warhound Titan, and then I decided to bring in the Reaver Titan as well to show you kind of how they compare, size comparison, that kind of thing. There's one more Warhound Titan in progress right now, and we'll do a video on that one. It's going to be a little bit different than this. It's going to have biker racer flames going up here and also on the legs. But that's in works right now. So we have the Reaver Titan. This is for the same client. And again, this is a part of a battle group of 3 Titans. Let's see. This one, we painted this one even up a little bit more from this one because it's a Reaver. It's kind of like the, I don't know, the boss or the bully or the big brother of the whole group. So he's got a lot cooler. So he's got a lot more fine detail work in. The metal working is also a little bit more realistic. You'll notice that on the copper effects and also a little bit more so on the steel as well. He's got a lot of really intricate stuff going on scroll work and also especially on the base. I want to make sure that the base is not, let me move this flame out. I want to make sure that the base didn't take away from the model but also kind of blended into its environment. So the guys did a good job in assembly. This is like a paved blacktop road, and then there's road snakes, repair lines on here. He's also standing on a devilfish, crashed and destroyed. I made it look like the devilfish has been there for a while. I didn't want to make something down at the base that competed in color or in visual attraction to the rest of the model, so I think he kind of is complementary but doesn't take that away from it. I think it's kind of important when you do base work to match it appropriately with the model. Sometimes you want your base work to stand out a whole lot, and sometimes you don't want it to stand out as much. So anyway, and there's an anti-tank trap as well, and I decided to have this light lit, you know. Oddly enough, power is still running through the city, just because it's fun. On this guy, there's a lot of different things from the Warhound that are going on. The chipping and scratching is more extensive, and also a few little goodies. There's a lot more detail in the bullet holes that are going on. I picked out several of them to make it look like they were actually newer holes and that kind of thing as well. And as well, there is this missile launcher also rotates, comes out. It's got a pretty big dowel, so it's not really a traditional thing to do to magnetize it or pin it because it stays on really well. And there's some newer rust spots as well on this piece, on the back and also on the top. And a little bit more light work also on the shield pods as well. The Reaver Titan has, and it's been put together really well. I like it a lot. These shoulder pieces are lightly magnetized, so they come on and off. And then I don't know. We'll do a little kind of walk around, and then we'll start taking it apart so you can see how the inside works. I don't know actually what all these weapons are. I know this is a flamethrower of some kind, and obviously this is a huge Gatling gun, and this is something. So maybe all you awesome guys out there might know what these are. Put them up, post it. Fun stuff. Okay. I love the script work on this. It was really fun to do. You know, if you're going to do something that's really kind of up there in the levels, you kind of pick your battles. You pick what things you want to make really stand out and really pop. And I think that's one of those things that, you know, you just got to do. Especially since most of the visual attraction to the model is to this area right here. You want to make sure that that's where a lot of the eye candy goes, and you have a lot of, you know, particular things going around that are fun. Also, check out the brass. I just love the brass work on this. Really old, really oxidized. So like I said on the previous video as well about the Warhound, is that when the newer oxidation with brass is wider, and so we did these a little bit brighter. Let's see, cool fun thing. Oh, I love the pistons here on the legs. That was just really fun to do, the oils and everything on there. This Titan's name I put on the knee is Tritus. And so, and then, I don't know, I just love beating up metal and things like that and making it look old and junky. I think it's really fun and exciting. So, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the video, but in the still pics that go along with it on the website, there's more detail onto the chipping and dusting and wearing and things that are going on down towards the bottom of the feet, which is really cool. One of my favorite spots is this. I don't know, I kind of imagine this as like a possibly a juncture point, not a juncture, what do you call it in electronics? The male receiver point for like a watering hose or some kind of a liquid. And so that puts some oxidizing dripping out of there. Also, there's cool bullet holes and stuff up along here, which I think are really fun. I pointed out these earlier, there's those. And around the whole model, there's a bunch of those. One really cool part is up underneath here with the little lights. There's only a couple little lights that go on. Those are really fun to pick out. Again, like I said, these things have been around for a couple thousand years, and they've been in the field for a long time, and so I kept them pretty chipped and beat up, but still in good working condition. Also, this is really fun. This part here, you can see the bullet holes also in the brass. Bullet dings, I should say, not really holes. And then, that's kind of it on the outside. Let's take a look. I don't know, I think this gun is just totally cool. These are magnetized, so we take them off. Look at the size of that thing. That's just like...
As big as a Land Raider.
Yeah, look here, boom. And then put the magnet back on. Oh, and also these little ports right here had less oxidation pouring out as well. And also on the joint where the torso pivots on the pelvis, I also did a lot of oil works. You'll probably be able to see those in the still pics as well. Also some oil dripping down here and also running down on the knee joint. That was pretty fun. Let's see. That's kind of on the outside. Kind of a lot of the same sort of thing going on. Lots of old metal working and also a lot of chipping on the paint. Let's go ahead and take the top off so you can look inside and see what's going on in there. Right. I did some bullet holes up on top right here. I kind of imagine somebody climbing up there in futile frustration. Oh, get you, Titan! Bam, 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 and then getting swept off by somebody. Should have a blood smear or something from getting shot off the top. So, which is why you run infantry with your armor. Anyway, inside there's a couple interesting things going on. The Warhound Titan has the guys sitting down into the arm operations, but this one there's these guys that are kind of plugged in and kind of in a Statue of X sort of fashion. So I rusted out the inside more so than I did with this one. I put a lot of newer rust along with the older stuff. And also, it's the same lighting up of the scopes and that sort of thing is always fun. Do object source lighting. Again, moving away from the source point. That's a really big thing. I was thinking when I was painting this, guys like, man, I hate walking back to the bathroom past those guys operating the arm guns. And they always make fun of me. They walk past like those office clowns. There's also some scopes as well up front here that are actually very similar to the commander scopes that are in the cockpit. But doing the lighting on those is lots of fun. Again, you can't go wrong pushing a little bit with the object source lighting. Okay. And then inside here, ta-da, is I think where all the cream of the crop stuff happens. So there's the optics work for all the scopes and everything, which is really fun. I went with a kind of a red or darker orange thing to kind of make it look creepy and also to counter with the blue. And that worked really well. Needed some hot colors on there. And then the Preceptus, I think, is what the commander is. And then his two guys on the right, I think, are Moderatai. Anyway, I kind of did some brass work inside for the instrumentation. It kind of has like a steampunk look when you look at the keyboards and the panels and everything. They look like old typewriter keys. So I went through and did little black and white kind of scratchy marks so you could imagine, fairly easily that there were once letters and things like that on them. Also as well, it's really fun. They have, oddly enough, if you look closely at this, and probably in the still pics as well, that there is two like panels right here, almost like a code of operations. You must always strike at your target fast and furious. You must do this kind of thing. There's no buttons or instrumentation on it. It's just like this little plaque of like some edict from the emperor or something, I would assume. But these guys are really fun. A couple of interesting things on them.
Could be their mouse pad.
I don't know if they have mouse pad technology in the future. I think that was one of the things that was lost. let's see, what's really fun? Okay, I remember a lot of pictures.
Sorry, I just thought of Scotty on Star Trek when they go back in time and he picks up the mouse and he's
I was
talking
like,
into it.
computer,
Yeah,
computer.
they figure out how to use it. All right, back to the Titan.
Okay, back to the Titan. Okay, I remember looking at a lot of Air Force cockpit photos when I was a kid, and one of the memories that stuck out the most to me was the some of the tubing that was inside the cockpit. It's kind of like a black and white banded pattern, and so in my mind I kind of imagined, he's got two tubes going in to his respirator piece. So I figure one was some sort of chemical in, one was a chemical out, or whatever it may be. And so I did one that's kind of yellow and black striped, and also one with the red. There's several layers of lighting and shading on the leather clothes as well, and the gloves. It was just a lot of fun picking these guys out. They're pretty simple models. They don't have a whole lot going on, but the little things they do have, like little tubes and wires, you can really take and move with quite far with these guys. Yeah, not really much else to be said about them. Let's do a shot actually from this angle, see if you can get a lot of the smaller instruments. So anyway, there we go. Oh, the one thing I did forget, the left knee on this guy has MXII above it as well, and then the Imperial Eagle. Really not much else to be said about this. Lots of fun to paint. If you have a Imperial Guard army, and I like doing apocalypse games, you really can't go wrong with putting Titans into the mix. They're fun models to paint. You can go with a really clean new model. You can go with an older kind of beat up model, and it works either way. They have lots of great options. They're just fun. They almost for me almost fashion themselves as a like a desktop sculpture sort of piece, because they're just so cool and epic. But anyway, hope you had a lot of fun and got some inspiration. We'll be doing one more video for this battle group for the final Warhound, and that'll be coming up in a couple of days. So hope you enjoy the size comparison, and have a good day.